In the heart of a city that time forgot, where narrow streets twist like veins through ancient brick buildings, there's a place that locals don't dare to visit after dark. They call it North Hill, a haunting name for a place shrouded in mystery, where the fog clings to the streets and the shadows hide something far more sinister than they seem. There's an old legend that has haunted this part of the city for generations, the legend of the Phantom of North Hill, a figure dressed in black that stalks the streets at night, seeking out those who have wronged others. But if you hear footsteps behind you, no matter how fast you run, the phantom is never far behind. Today, we'll unravel the mystery of this ghostly figure, the curse that binds it, and why some believe it claims the souls of the guilty. To understand the legend of the Phantom of North Hill, we first have to go back in time. North Hill, one of the oldest parts of the city, was once a thriving community. Its narrow streets and ancient buildings hold centuries of stories. Stories of joy, of sorrow, and, of course, of tragedy. It's said that many years ago, North Hill was home to a close-knit group of townsfolk. But with prosperity also came jealousy, greed, and betrayal. It was a place where secrets were hidden and wrongs were committed behind closed doors. Some believe that the figure in black, the Phantom, is the manifestation of all the sins committed on these streets. A force born from the wrongdoings of the past, walking the hill every night, searching for those whose actions still echo through the centuries. But who exactly is this phantom? Is it the spirit of someone who died here, seeking revenge? Or is it something darker, a cursed entity that punishes the guilty, regardless of when the wrong was committed? The legend says that the phantom is always cloaked in black, a figure whose face remains hidden in the shadows. It walks the streets of North Hill at night, and when it finds someone who has wronged another, it follows them, never letting them escape. It is said that the phantom's footsteps are faint at first, barely a whisper in the wind. But once you hear them, once you realize you're not alone, you can't run fast enough. No matter how quick your pace, the phantom is always right behind you. Always. The figure's presence is cold, suffocating, as though the very air around you has turned to ice. Some say you can feel it watching you from behind, its unseen eyes judging your every move. But it's not just the fear of being chased that terrifies those who encounter the phantom. It's the fact that the figure doesn't just follow anyone. It only comes for those who have committed a wrong. Whether it's a betrayal, a lie, or an injustice, the phantom knows your sins, and it doesn't stop until you've been punished. If you are lucky enough to recognize the footsteps before it's too late, you can try to escape. But that's only the beginning. The phantom doesn't just leave you be. It continues to follow step by step, making sure you understand that there's no way to outrun your past. Many have tried to outpace it, to find safety in the bustling parts of the city, but none have ever succeeded. The phantom, they say, is relentless. Here's the most terrifying part of the legend, the rules. If you hear the footsteps behind you, you are at the mercy of the phantom. You can't stop running, but you can't escape either. The only way to be free of the phantom is to convince it that you've done no wrong. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But it's not, because the phantom knows your deepest sins. It knows what you've done, even if you've buried it deep inside your heart. And here's where things get even more chilling. The phantom doesn't care if you're sorry. It doesn't care if you've tried to make amends. It only cares about whether or not you're guilty. Many have tried to convince the figure they've done no wrong. Some claim they've even begged for forgiveness, hoping to escape the grasp of the phantom. But it's said that the figure is unyielding, offering no second chances. If you cannot convince it of your innocence, if the phantom deems you guilty, it will claim you as punishment for your sins. And then, in the blink of an eye, you'll be gone. Some claim they've seen others disappear, swallowed by the shadows, pulled into the night never to be heard from again. It's as if the phantom opens a door to another world, one where the guilty are cast away to pay for their misdeeds for eternity. But there's no way to know for sure, because those who have vanished are never seen again. Over the years, countless people have come forward with personal accounts of their encounters with the Phantom of North Hill. Each story is eerily similar: footsteps in the night, an ominous figure in black, and the unshakable sense of being followed. One man, Richard Meadows, spoke about his terrifying encounter. "I was walking home late one night," he recalled, "and I thought I heard someone behind me. I figured it was just a late-night walker, but the sound, it never stopped. I started running, but no matter how fast I went, the steps stayed right behind me. I turned around, and that's when I saw it. This shadowy figure, dressed in black, standing at the top of the hill." Richard says he ran for what felt like hours, but the figure never stopped pursuing him. "I stopped and tried to beg it to leave me alone, but it didn't say anything. It just kept walking closer until I was sure I was going to be caught. But when I spoke my confession, when I told it what I had done, things I had forgotten about, it just stopped. And then it was gone." Some believe that the phantom is a cursed soul, bound to the hill for eternity, while others think it's a guardian of sorts, a force that ensures justice is served, no matter how long it takes. But no one can say for sure. One thing is certain, the phantom only comes for those who have something to hide. So, the next time you find yourself walking through the old, winding streets of North Hill, be mindful of the legend. If you hear footsteps behind you, if the air grows colder and the shadows seem to grow longer, don't turn around. Don't stop running. And most importantly, don't forget, if the phantom comes for you, you'll only be free if you can convince it that you've done no wrong. Otherwise, you'll vanish into the night, just like the others, never to be seen again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this spine-chilling tale, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story from the darkest corners of the world. Until next time, stay safe and remember, the Phantom of North Hill is always watching.